Our story tonight begins at the haunting of Hallow Manor, an original story by William L. and read by Maxwell A.I. The wind howled through the desolate landscape as I stood before Hallow Manor, a decaying mansion that seemed to loom over the surrounding darkness. The air was thick with an unnatural stillness, and the moon's feeble light struggled to penetrate the oppressive gloom that clung to the ancient structure. My name is Daniel Hallow, and I was drawn to this forsaken place by a mysterious letter. The sender claimed to be a distant relative, and their urgent plea for assistance left me with an unsettling sense of obligation. The letter spoke of a family curse, a malevolent force that had plagued the Hallow lineage for generations. Skeptical but intrigued, I arrived at the manor with a mix of trepidation and curiosity. The front door creaked open eerily as I pushed it inward. The foyer was adorned with dust-covered furniture and faded portraits that gazed down at me with eyes that seemed to follow my every move. The air was thick, laden with the scent of decay. My footsteps echoed through the desolate hallways as I ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion. The letter had mentioned a hidden chamber beneath the manor, a place where the curse was said to originate. As I explored the labyrinthine corridors, an otherworldly chill clung to my skin. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, as if the very structure of the house held the secrets of generations long gone. I discovered a staircase leading down into the bowels of Hallow Manor. The air grew colder with each step, and an ominous energy seemed to envelop me. As I descended, the feeble light from my lantern revealed symbols etched into the stone walls, symbols that pulsed with an ethereal glow. My heart quickened, and senses of foreboding settled over me like a shroud. The underground chamber was vast, its walls adorned with arcane symbols and flickering candles casting dancing shadows. In the center of the room, an ancient book lay open on a pedestal, its pages filled with cryptic writings. As I approached, a voice echoed in my mind, a whisper that seemed to emanate from the very depths of the mansion. "You are the key," it murmured, sending shivers down my spine. The words resonated with a haunting familiarity, as if the curse itself sought to communicate through the ethereal medium of the manor. Compelled by an unseen force, I began to read the ancient text. The words spoke of a pact made in desperation, a dark bargain that bound the Hallow family to a malevolent entity. The curse fed on the suffering and despair of each generation, growing stronger with the passage of time. As I read, the shadows in the chamber seemed to come alive, swirling and coalescing into indistinct forms. The temperature dropped, and an ominous presence manifested in the room. I could feel the weight of centuries pressing down on me, and the air became thick with the anguished whispers of the past. Suddenly, the candles flickered and extinguished, plunging the chamber into total darkness. Panic seized me as I fumbled for my lantern, desperately trying to dispel the encroaching blackness. In the inky void, I heard the disembodied voices of the cursed, pleading for release from the eternal torment that bound them to this wretched place. A cold hand grasped my shoulder, and a chilling breath whispered in my ear, "Break the curse, Daniel. Only you can free us." With newfound determination, I relit my lantern and turned back to the open book. The ancient text revealed a ritual, a way to sever the ties that bound the Hallow family to the malevolent force. As I recited the incantation, the very foundations of the manor trembled, and a spectral wind swept through the chamber. The voices of the cursed wailed and then fell silent. The oppressive darkness lifted, and the symbols on the walls dimmed to nothingness. The hidden chamber seemed to sigh in relief, and a profound stillness settled over Hallow Manor. I ascended from the underground depths, the weight of the curse lifted from my shoulders. As I stepped out into the moonlit night, the once imposing mansion now stood silent and empty, no longer haunted by the sins of its past. Hallow Manor, once a prison of despair, was now a mere relic of bygone horrors. The wind that howled through its corridors carried away the whispers of the cursed, leaving behind an eerie tranquility. The legacy of the Hallow family had come to an end, and I, the unwitting key, had unlocked the door to their redemption. As I emerged into the moonlit night, the air felt different. It was as though the very atmosphere had shifted, and the weight that had clung to my shoulders in the depths of the manor had lifted. Yet, a lingering unease gnawed at the edges of my consciousness. In the distance, the silhouette of Hollow Manor stood against the night sky, its windows like vacant eyes. I couldn't shake the feeling that something lingered, a remnant of the curse that still clung to the air. Determined to unravel the mystery completely, I decided to delve deeper into the manor's history. Days turned into nights as I combed through dusty archives and forgotten letters, unearthing the tales of the Hollow family's descent into darkness. Each revelation sent shivers down my spine, and the more I discovered, the more I realized the insidious nature of the curse. It wasn't just a malevolent entity seeking to torment the family. It was a manifestation of their own darkest desires and secrets. The curse thrived on the sins and betrayals of each generation, weaving a tapestry of agony that ensnared the Hollows in an unending cycle of suffering. As I delved into the family's past, I uncovered long-buried secrets, a forbidden love affair, a betrayal that tore siblings apart, and a tragedy that marked the beginning of the curse. It became clear that breaking the curse wasn't just about reciting an incantation. It required confronting the sins of the past and facing the shadows that lingered in the darkest corners of Hollow Manor. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I returned to the underground chamber. The ancient book lay open once more, its pages beckoning me to complete the ritual. But this time, the incantation held the weight of the Hollow family's history, a potent blend of remorse and redemption. As the final words left my lips, the chamber trembled, and a blinding light enveloped me. The very fabric of the curse unraveled, and I felt the release of trapped souls. The shadows retreated, leaving behind a profound silence. I emerged from the underground depths, and this time, the air was clear. The oppressive atmosphere that had hung over Hollow Manor had dissipated. As I stood in the moonlit courtyard, the mansion seemed to exhale, its haunted history finally laid to rest. The once menacing silhouette of Hollow Manor now stood as a testament to redemption. No longer a place of despair, it echoed with the whispers of gratitude from the freed spirits. The curse had been broken, and the manor, though weathered and worn, seemed to exhale a sigh of relief. As I walked away from Hollow Manor, I couldn't help but glance back one last time. The moon cast a gentle glow on the aged facade, and for a moment, it almost seemed as though the mansion itself was grateful. The echoes of the past had been silenced, and the haunted halls now stood as a solemn reminder that even the darkest curses could be lifted with courage and a willingness to confront the shadows within. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Please stay tuned for new episodes of White Star Horror Stories, presented weekly.